Thank you very much for the warm welcome. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to speak to you today and to speak after Dr. Busek. To begin with, I would like to thank you, the team of the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy, for all the valuable work you are doing and for convening this forum. I think the value of cultural diplomacy is an essential soft power tool of international relations, and it's fully recognized today, and the efforts of the Institute have been instrumental in getting us to this point by bringing together people and ideas and fostering this dialogue, which is necessary, and supporting and developing these efforts through academia and research. I think over the last decades we have witnessed immense and rapid change in the way we interact with one another, especially the younger generation, both on an individual as well as on a global level. I think technological advancement has brought about vast transformative change. This big rise of data, Facebook, Twitter, this instant and permanent interconnectedness of billions of people through the internet has had a profound impact on our societies. And Dr. Busek was speaking of the global village. I think global village is reality, especially in the world of internet. And this change has also left its mark on international relations, as I see it. While there certainly remains a place, of course, for traditional form of diplomacy, the role of nations and the role of the nation state has receded. And the impact on non-state actors, as I see it on international relations, has risen considerably. Through this connectedness of internet, everybody can be a journalist, everybody can become an actor and play his role on the international stage. And I think here politics and politicians lost influence. And we can talk about this if it's good or bad. I think if it's possible to involve a lot of people, how we want to organize our future. It's positive, but on the other hand, individual can have unforeseen consequences and can produce unforeseen consequences if they start to bring ideas in the world which are against common values. And so I think it is not easy to involve, on the one hand, common people in this worldwide chances of internet, and it's not always easy from the political side to react and to bring, especially in the internet community, values and that people respect each other. As I see it, it's not a question about who is right and who is wrong, whose beliefs are true and whose are not. Sometimes things are not simply white or black. I think it's not about imposing or set out how we see different beliefs. There can be many right ways, each one right for the individual who chooses to follow it, and we have to respect it. And we do not have to agree on everything, but we should do everything to communicate in a peaceful way and to learn, especially in this new media, to respect one another, even when we disagree. And I agree with Dr. Busek, I can't find this way, especially in the new medias, and especially if we disagree. And I think this is the role of this interfaith dialogue. This is the role of the dialogue between politicians and people from the civil society, to develop respect for those who are not members of our own group, who are not members of the group of the politicians, who are not members of a religious group, and to find a way by speaking with them to see them as fellow human beings. And if you see them only as nameless, faceless example in a strange group with beliefs that differ from ours, then you have the problems. And so I think it's very important to have meetings like this and to look for these values. And I think it's a basic human nature to value members of other groups less than we value members of our own. So psychological research demonstrates this, and history shows this. But it's also a part of human nature that we tend not to inflict suffering on those we consider fully human, those we come to see and value as individual like ourselves, even if they are not part of our group, even if we disagree with them. And so I think dialogue is very important to bring us together. And so I think, and now I want to turn on the national level, that a national state and politicians play here a big role, and we should try to do our best to play this role. And so I want to mention some concrete Austrian initiatives, and maybe Austria is typical, bringing different cultures together, you know, by our geographic location and centuries of experience on a multi-ethnic environment, and also forced after the Second World War to be a neutral country between the former Western and Eastern Bloc. So Austria tried to build up Austria as a center of dialogue and bridge building and facilitating this peaceful coexistence. And global trust building is very important in Austrian society. And so the dialogue of cultures has been a priority in Austrian foreign policy for many years. And Austria has taken on a pioneering role in fostering intercultural and interreligious dialogue. We started very early with this dialogue. Austrian dialogue initiatives were always designed to promote democracy, universal respect for human rights, and basic human freedoms, including, of course, the freedom of religion. And we started these initiatives in the 80s and in the 90s. Dr. Busek already mentioned Cardinal Koenig, who started a number of initiatives together with Austrian politicians and together with the Austrian government. And this includes the International Christian Islamic Conferences organized under the auspices of the St. Gabriel Institute for Theology. And these dialogues were entitled Peace for Humanity or One World for All. And we had a lot of roundtables, not only in Vienna, at that time, for example, in Tehran and in other cities. And then we had a lady as a foreign minister, Ursula Blasnik. She established a task force, Dialogue of Cultures, within our Ministry for Foreign Affairs. And this task force still engages to develop this dialogue and to support different forums for dialogue. And so these efforts work towards the goal of promoting basic human freedom and rights worldwide, and especially the fight against prejudice and misunderstanding and the promotion of cross-border cooperation between young leaders from areas in society. And so we tried to find new partners. For example, one of these new partners was the Arab-European Young Leaders Forum. We organized meetings, not only in Vienna, but for example also in Cairo, worked together with the Arab League Secretariat, bringing together young leaders, young politicians from Europe, from the civil society, from the business community, and the Arab world. And Austria has also a long tradition. I don't know if it's known here. 100 years ago, we had the first law of Islam in Austria, inside the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. Islam was already recognized as an official religion in Austria as early as 1912. So for more than 100 years, we had a legal framework, and now we try to bring this law forward and to establish a new law for the Muslim faith community in Austria. And also on the international level, we try to engage other countries in this dialogue. And yesterday, a former colleague of mine and a former minister of Austria, Claudia Bandian-Ordner, who is also here today, she is now working in the King Abdullah Center for Interreligious and Intercultural Dialogue in Vienna, an international organization inaugurated in 2012, which also serves as a platform for new initiatives, a meeting place for religious leaders and a hub for exchange between cultures. It was founded by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the governments of Spain and Austria. And so you see, a small country like Austria has here a chance to do a lot for this dialogue. Even in these days, our new government tries to continue with this work. So coming to an end, I would say, while interfaith dialogue brings different beliefs and different views together, it also gives us the opportunity to see that we have values which are shared by all main religions. And I think this is very important. This belief is expressed in one way or another by all these major world religions as I see it, which also depict humanity as originated from one creator. We may disagree about the exact nature of our creator, but we are all an equal part of creation. And so I think there's a lot of chance for this interfaith dialogue, and we should continue with this work. We try also from the Austrian side to engage the European Union in this dialogue. And of course, politicians can't do it alone, so I think institutions like yours are very important to continue in this work. Thank you.